Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. It's May 2022 and it's been officially 10 years of tracking my net worth, tracking my income, tracking my expenses, the whole 9 yards. So 9 years ago I graduated from high school, or 9 years ago, sorry, 10 years ago graduated from high school and turned 28 years old this month. So when I graduated I had just turned 18, so I was pretty young for my class or my grade. When I graduated high school, I had saved up over the past probably 3 to 4 years and about $4,000 when I graduated, and all of that was in my car essentially. And so the car was worth about $4,000. So when I graduated, that was my overall net worth, and I did not even have any money in checkings account whatsoever. So I had just saved up cash for that car. Yeah, so I have made a little bit of progress in the last 10 years, so we will jump right into it and see how we've done. But income for the month is 10,791. Really, the only update this month is they did finally accept me for senior manager. We had to have justification documents everywhere. I had to meet with the vice president of quality assurance for the site that I work at, which is the highest level that you can possibly go up, except for like the Globe. There's one more person above him that's for the Globe, senior vice president. So I met with the VP. He agreed that I should take the senior manager position and that they should, consider it, even though I'm missing 6 months of experience, 7.5 years out of the 8 years required. Had to write justification document to the Human Resources Department. They never actually got back to me on the letter that I had sent last month. So Human Resources was not thrilled about it, but my director and my vice president were very supportive of it. Um, Between you and me, it is, I think, extremely underpaid for what the position is. I would think manager, who is somebody over 30 to 35 people, should, in my industry, should be around 130,000. A senior manager, I would say, should be around 150,000 to 160,000 base salary, and then plus bonuses and stuff on top of that. With the senior man, I just took this probably May 20th, May 22nd. So my first paycheck has not went through. I'll get that first paycheck in June. So I accepted a base salary of 117,000. And so my thinking is on this. I personally feel like I am underpaid probably 40 to 50,000. Do I have data to back that up? No, I do not. I mean, I don't have data, basically, like concrete data. I have talked to, there's only like 4 senior managers within the whole entire company out of 4,000 people, is what we're up to now. And so I've talked to 2 of them. 2 of them I don't feel comfortable talking to about salary, but 2 of them I have talked to. Both of them are new. I've been here for almost 5 years now, and they've both been here for about a year. The first one was at 165,000 was his salary as a senior manager, and the other one said that they were somewhere above 145. But for sure they knew above 145. So that is the only evidence really that I have that I am underpaid about 30 to 35,000. And so I guess my game plan, I am accepting the offer of 117,000. And so my reasoning is, if I do not accept it and I keep a senior supervisor position, that is the only thing that I have on my resume, which in my world is not like really a great accolade. It's better than nothing, but it's not great. Since I accepted the position, I can now put senior manager on my resume. And so if I were to apply to other positions, then it looks a lot better. A lot more jobs are open to me. A lot higher paying jobs are open to me. And yeah, so that is my main reasoning. I tried to negotiate with human resources, and they were ready to die on that hill. Not willing to give me 100, 120. So 117 they said was their maximum that they were willing to pay me. And I can't really say like, hey, I've talked to other senior managers in the company and they make 165. I can't really say that, and so I'll get in trouble, for talking about compensation at work, and yeah, I don't want to write up or anything like that. That would probably not look good. And so here's my game plan. So I accepted 117,000. That has taken into effect already. My responsibilities now, I'm over about 35 employees. And about 6 different departments. And so I have 2 supervisors that split everything up. And so those 2 supervisors report to me, and then each one of them have about 15 to 17 employees apiece. But overall, about 35 employees that I'm responsible for. So my responsibilities have went up a ton. But my game plan is to essentially apply to a whole bunch of other positions that are at my level or above my level, somewhere around my level in other companies, but still within the pharmaceutical industry. But now that I have senior manager on my resume, that will open a lot of doors for me. So I am fairly confident that I can at least get 135,000 to maybe even 140,000. And I don't mind the company that I work for. The culture is horrible, absolutely horrible. I'm in meetings a lot where people just break down into tears. It's a pretty rough place to work, honestly. 70, 80-hour work weeks a lot of the time. The building that I work at, though, is significantly better. The culture at the building, the site that I work at, is night and day difference compared to the larger facility across town. But I will apply to 100 to 200 positions over the next 3 to 4 months is my goal. And all I need is one place to offer me 135 to 140,000. And then my game plan will be to go back to my human resources department and respectfully say, hey, I found this position at another company. They're willing to pay me 135 to do X amount of work and have X amount of responsibilities. I only make 117,000. I really like working here. I've worked here for 5 years. I like the people that I work with. Blah blah blah. Would you be willing to do anything to pay me 135,000? At least match the offer that they've given me. And I have a feeling that that will work. But basically, I don't have any negotiating leverage at the moment. I don't have an offer. I don't have a written piece of paper from another company saying that I'm worth X amount. So that's kind of my game plan, at least for the next like 2 to 3 months. I will just start applying to a ton of positions. I don't really want to leave the company that I work for right now, but I do feel like I'm underpaid substantially compared to other people that are at the same level that I am. So that is enough of a tangent, but the rest of my income, expenses, taxes, 401k, take home pay, all right here. My wife made the same that she did last month, so no changes there. I did have to mow one of the properties this month, just help the lady keep the yard down. One of the tenants mows every single week. I've never had an issue with that one. The other lady, it's like half an acre that she has to push mow, and it's a lot for one person, I will say. So I'm honestly surprised that she can keep up on all that. And so she kind of fell behind. And so I just came by one time with a zero turn in the trailer, knocked it all down. And so I charge her $25 whenever that happens. So $2,300 in rental income this month, no other income, and yeah, 18,000 gross and $12,000 take home pay. Net worth wise, no real drastic changes, I'd say. Well, a couple changes. House values all went up there 2% divided by 12, so 2% per year. I did make some changes here. So here we go. The game plan, I called about these 3 vehicles here: 2015 truck, 2018 Honda Civic, and then 2013 Honda Fit. The truck, I was able to find a place that that would give me $32,711. So $3,000 over what I had valued the truck at. And so my game plan is I have turned in the truck essentially at this point. So it's weird. I have like a credit with the Chevy dealership in my local town, and so they are building me a new truck that should cost about 50,000, a Chevy 2500, and just a custom, like not the base, but like one level up from the base. It should cost me somewhere between 45, 50,000, and then my brother works for General Motors, and so I should be able to get like a 10 to 15% discount off the truck. So that would be like 5,000 to 7,500. So that would bring it down to, I don't know, 40-ish, 42-ish. And so basically I'd have to spend $10,000 to get a brand new truck. And so I'd have to pay taxes on 10,000, but this 32,000 is really more like 35,000 when I trade it in on a new vehicle, because that lowers the like purchase price of the new truck. And so normally I'd have to pay taxes on 50,000, but since this is like a discount 32,700, I don't have to pay taxes on the 32,000, and then I don't have to pay taxes on the employee discount that I'll get from my brother. So and I also plan on giving my brother probably $1,000 to $2,000 just for letting me use his discount. It's free for him to do. He can do it like 10 times a year or something like that. But um, yeah, so that's the story on that. They said it should take 3 months roughly for the truck to be made and ship in. But for now, I like the dealership has this vehicle. But I don't have. It's weird tracking wise, so I've just kept it in here for now. But the purchase price that they gave me was $32,711. The 2018 Honda, I took it into a couple Honda dealerships, and they said they were willing to give me 22,000, where we had it at 17,200. This is absolutely crazy because we purchased this in 2020, and we paid 14,000 for the vehicle, and so it has went up $8,000 in the last 2 years. And it's in really good shape. It has 8,000 miles on it, and it's a 2018, so it's super low miles. My 2015 had about 28,000 miles in the last 7 years, so not driving it a ton either. The 2013 Honda Fit, the Honda dealership said 7,500, so I knew it would be quite a bit less, but all of them over the Kelley Blue Book values that I had in here. I don't know what I'm going to do with the 2018 Honda, if I'll trade it in or not. I don't, not yet at least. I'd like to get the new truck and see what happens after that. So that should be a few months away. But in the grand scheme of things, new truck will cost $10,000. It will go under the LLC just like this truck did. So I'll be able to put this on the depreciation schedule. And 10,000. I guess my reasoning: $10,000 for a brand new truck, a 2022, out of the 87,000, not a huge hit. And depreciation wise, getting the employee discount, the 10 to 15% off discount will help substantially too. So that's kind of my logic, I guess, behind this. So I did make a little bit of money off of this 2015 truck, but investment wise, everything is pretty much down from what it was last month. You'll see M1 Finance is up. I put in about, I think it was 14,000 is what I put in this month. So it was actually down about $2,000 overall. The reason I did that is just because the market is so far down. I felt like it was a good time to put that in there. So I actually did that at the very beginning of the month, and it's actually recovered a little bit since then. So I'm fine with that. The goal still is to get to 200,000 between these two accounts. So I'm at 170,552 right now. Well, actually, I'm probably pretty close once I factor in the employee stock. So I am in the process of selling the employer stock, the employee stock purchase plan. My company got up to 100. So when I first started, it was $36 a share. We probably were at the peak of COVID manufacturing in like February, maybe November of last year, somewhere in that time frame. So it got up from 36 to $148 a share. So like 4 times, 4x, I would say, in 4 years. And so now we're down to like 138, 139. I've probably said this for a year. I don't feel like it's realistic to hold a PE ratio of 80 in my industry. And so I'm starting to sell off on this employer stock. I actually sold some of it in March and April, but it takes like 2 to 3 months to actually go through and execute. So I had to wait to the end of a quarter. And so next month this should be zero, this 28,000 here. So Yeah, I'll probably start to cash out of M1 Finance. If there's a few days where the market kind of recovers 2 to 3%, I'll probably cash out of M1 Finance. I'll probably cash out of the employee stock purchase plan, and then I'll add all of that to my checkings account, and then I'll be at 199,000. And so that should be enough to put a 20% down payment on the new house that we'll start to build. I'm probably 6 months away from getting all my permits done. The only story I guess I have with that is I was having some issues with the driveway permit. I had to cross a small stream in the county that I live in. And so I had to do elevation surveys, engineering like spec surveys. I had to do flood zone surveys, everything. And basically, they calculated like 220 acres of land flows into the creek. And then I had to do calculations based off of how, like, what the worst case rainfall was in the last 100 years. And basically, they said I would need a 10-foot tall by 10-foot wide single entry culvert to go in the creek. It could not be multiple entry like 3-foot wide pipes. Had to be single entry. The creek is probably 2 feet tall by 2 feet wide. So I don't know how I would fit a 10-foot tall by 10-foot wide culvert in a 2-foot tall creek. So the county said that I have to have it. And so the culvert itself would be $50,000. It probably cost me $4,000 for all the surveys, elevation surveys, flood surveys, blah blah blah, all that stuff. And then I would have to hire an excavator and everything, a crane to drop the culvert in, and a bulldozer to plow out the creek. But before I could touch the creek, I would have to get approval from the capital in my state to disturb the water. I would have to get signatures from all of the neighbors to let them know that I was going to disturb the water. And if one of them didn't agree, then we would have to settle it in court. And so that's essentially where I stopped. Basically, I didn't want to pay $50,000 for a culvert and then still have to pay to put the driveway in as well. And so I've been borrowing my parents' tractor and kind of working on the driveway myself. But I'm gonna have to change where I'm gonna put the driveway, so it doesn't cost me $100,000 for a gravel driveway that's 1,000 feet long. So I have to come in off a different road, and instead of my driveway being 600 feet, it's probably going to be closer to 1,000 feet off the road, and it'll probably cost me $500 in permit fees to do that driveway versus cross the creek. So that was a fun event, but that basically ate up 3 months of my time getting just that one driveway permit. But I'll have to reapply for the new driveway permit and come in off a different street, and that one will be fixed. A septic permit, building permits, all of those are kind of in works right now, but still not finished. So probably 6 more months, I would say, of getting permits, and it's been about 5 months total so far that I've been working on my permits just to start building. But other than that, yeah, HSA, everything else basically went down this month. My employer stock did recover decently, which was good. Which I think I maybe, I'll have to check this. I don't know if 23,000 is correct. I think it might actually be correct, but HSA went down a little bit. My 401k went down about 3,000. Employer stock recovered pretty good from last month, and then my wife's 403b went down about $1,000. So overall, if I would not have put the 14-ish thousand dollars in there this month, then I would be down just a little bit. I'd be down about $1,000 from last month. Um, Debt wise, made minimum payments on everything, nothing really special there. It is cool. I am already down $7,000 compared to when I purchased the land 6 months ago now. So it looks like we're paying off $14,000 a year. And again, this is on a 15-year fixed at 3.7%. But I'm paying off $2,000 in principal each month by just paying the minimum payments on everything. Cash wise, I lost 11,000 since I put 14,000 in M1 Finance, but really I saved about $3,000 this month, so pretty good overall. Not a bad month. I think I'm pretty much there already. If I'm at 51,000 here, 28,000 in employee stock, and then 120,000 in M1 Finance, then I'm at a sum of $199,037. So I'm $1,000 away from my goal, and the goal really was to get to 200,000 in cash before June of this year, so a month away. So I did that. I knew I was going to have to sell out of some employee stock in M1 Finance, but I do feel like now is the best time, to get rid of that and just achieve some of the other goals that my wife and I are looking for. Rental property account went up $1,010. So just a standard month. I did not have any repairs or anything like that this month, so that was good. Net worth at the end of May 2022 is $877,321, and I'm $210,655 ahead of my goal pace of becoming a millionaire by the age of 30. So I have exactly 2 years left. 28 years old as of this month. My wife is 28 years old as of last month in April, and so yeah, it's been an interesting 10 years of tracking my net worth. The beginning was excruciatingly slow. 4 years just to get to the $100,000 mark. And that was working 70, 80, 90, sometimes 120-hour work weeks while I was going through school. And then now I'm probably down to 70-hour work weeks, 60-hour work weeks most of the time. I'm salary now, so that's changed a little bit. I am still in school 10 years later. I probably have another year before I finish my master's degree. My wife has already finished her master's degree. So yeah, she's pretty much done. I probably have 12 months left to go. My employer is paying for that at the moment, so I will have to pay them back if I ever leave or anything like that. If I leave within 12 months of them paying for it. So right now it's doing good, but it's been an interesting 10 years. To full transparency, I thought I would already be at the $1 million mark already. I guess my unofficial goal, or the goal that I had set in my head, was $1 million by 26, so 8 years. And 10 years in, I'm still 123,000 away from the $1 million mark. But you have to keep your head up. That maybe that was a really aggressive goal, to be a millionaire by 26, but I think I'll hit it this year, within the next 12 months. So I think I will be 28 years old when I hit the $1 million mark. But yeah, it's been an interesting 10 years. I've learned, if I could go back 10 years from now, 10 years ago, and have the knowledge that I have right now, yeah, I would work as hard as I worked for sure, but I would do a few things differently. I would not have leased that 2013 Jetta, for sure, but and a few other things I'd probably change and do different. But that's enough of me rambling. So at the end of May, net worth is 877,000, and I'm 210,000 ahead of my goal of becoming a millionaire by the age of 30. So just 24 months to go, and we have to keep pushing. But short-term goals are to apply to 100 to 200 positions, get an interview. Hopefully the interview is good. They offer me a position. Hopefully the pay is 130 to 140. Either I take that job and go work at another company, or I leverage that offer with my current employer and get my salary up. But I just got to keep pushing for higher salaries. I feel like I know my worth in the industry, and I think it should at least be 130,000. I do completely understand that I don't have 40 years of experience like some other people, but I do feel like I'm one of the hardest working people, at least maybe in my company, at least in the top 10 hardest working people in my company. I'll give myself credit a little bit. So yeah, that's really it. So thank you all for watching the video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Next month's videos are on the screen now. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, things that you'd like to see in future videos, just comment them down below. Thanks everybody, and we will see you in the next video.